let's meal prep some of my favorites. Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lisa if you're new here. This week I thought we'd do another meal prep, but I wanted to do some of my favorites. So I'm going to be doing Hashwaffles for breakfast. I'm going to do a copycat KFC bowl for lunches. My snack is just going to be what I've been doing lately. And then I also made a dessert as well, which probably won't work for the whole week because it's pretty much going to be for my family, I think, mostly for probably about 2 days and it'll be gone. But it's just it's a good fun dessert that I haven't made in a while. And then at the end, I have a little bit of news for you. So let's get going with the meal prep. I'm going to start with KFC bowls for lunch. They are delicious. It's one of my favorite things. So I have just some, these are those same chicken breasts actually that when I did that grocery haul, these are those same ones. So they're just really thin sliced. They're frozen like this. So they're mostly thawed. I'm going to add garlic pepper and garlic salt to the top of each of them. And I already did this to the other side and flipped them. So just whatever seasonings you like. You can do, any kind of seasoning, salt, whatever you like. I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the oven and get these cooking. I have this bag of red potatoes here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these chopped up. I have 6 kind of larger ones because I'll be doing 6 meal preps. So I'm going to chop these up into just some bite-sized chunks so they cook a little faster. I'm just going to give them a drizzle of olive oil real quick. And this is just my Pampered Chef olive oil sprayer. And it's okay. I haven't found one of these that I really love yet. So if you know of a good one, leave it down in the comments. So I'm just going to get those all drizzled. See, it works okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of my garlic salt. And why not do a little garlic pepper too? It's some of my faves, so why not? I have the chicken at 350 right now, so I'm going to leave that in my one oven. My second oven I'm going to set at 400 and go ahead and roast these up at 400. If you are not spoiled like I am, and I have 2 ovens, but if you have one, as soon as the chicken's done, just bump it up to 400 and then pop the potatoes in. So I'm going to get this going in there. And I'm just going to rinse off my board because we're going to use this for dessert. And I've already shared this tip, but if you put a wet paper towel underneath your cutting board, then it doesn't slide around so much. It holds on a little bit better. Okay, dessert is going to be angel food cake. And I went ahead and made one up ahead of time because just following package directions, literally all you need to add is water to the box mix, which makes it pretty economical as well. But this cooling step, it actually takes about 3 hours to cool this cake before you can get it out of the pan. Or you can honestly even leave it overnight if you want to. So because this takes so long, I went ahead and did this part already. So here, I'll show you my cake. So that is my angel food cake in all its glory. I love these. I don't know why I don't make these more often. They're easy and delicious, and I don't know why I don't make them more. So I have just a lot of the ends of berries here. So I have some strawberries, so I'll go ahead and smash these up and put those over kind of as a puree. And then I have just a few blackberries and a few blueberries left, so I'll just use those as kind of fresh berries on the top. And so that will be our dessert. So I'm just gonna get the only thing I really have to prep is these strawberries. The other thing you can do too with leftover angel food cake, because I'll probably have more angel food cake than I do fruit for the top. So you can even do, like ice cream on top of it, if that's, in your calorie budget, or just some Cool Whip. I like it just as is, just as the cake. But you can also do like a little drizzle of some sugar-free chocolate sauce or sugar-free caramel sauce, things like that. You could add a little bit of pudding on the top. Like, there's just so many things you can do, and it's all good. So I'm just gonna get these all washed up, and then we'll chop off the tops and any bad spots and get these smushed. And I like to go ahead and, once I get the bad spots cut off and the tops cut off, I like to go ahead and slice them and then smash them because it's kind of already starting that process, and it just makes it a tiny bit easier. The other thing I forgot to mention for your leftover angel food cake is frozen berries. So you can, and frozen berries are nice because when you thaw them out, they kind of make their own syrup, if you will. So you could literally just, thaw out some frozen berries if you have those. I don't think I have any right now. I think I might have some blueberries, but I think that's it. But you could thaw those out and just smush those up and use those instead of using fresh. Because I know right now, fresh is a little bit expensive. I've just been buying whatever's on sale. So this week in my area, raspberries are on sale. So when I go to the store here, probably in a day or two, I'll pick up some raspberries just because, like I said, that's what's on sale. But, that's how you stay frugal but also eat healthy, is you just, shop those sales. Traditionally people would put sugar in this. I don't ever do that because, strawberries are sweet enough the way that they are. And I know I don't need the extra sugar. If you, for whatever reason, feel like, it's not sweet enough or you need that, you can, of course, do any kind of sugar. Okay, and that part is done. Nice and easy. Chicken is out. They're going to look a little bit sad when you just bake them like this. They taste delicious, so I personally, for this dish, don't care that they don't have any kind of, like char on them or anything like that. It's not a big deal for this dish to me. If it is a big deal to you, I'm just going to wipe this off and use it. If it is a big deal to you, obviously, you can do a couple of different things. You can pop them in the air fryer and fry them up just a tiny bit. You could, just pan fry them if you want to, whatever you like. This is completely fine for what I'm doing, so I'm going to go ahead and take these out and get them away from the liquid. And some of that's because they were a little bit frozen. You probably won't, if you let them thaw all the way, you won't have quite as much, you won't have quite as much liquid as I do. It's because they were still a tiny bit frozen when I put them in there. So some of that's just water. It smells good. So I'm going to make 6 bowls. So I'm going to chop each of these. Oh, another tip. When you're chopping, please don't scooch the knife, the sharp side of the knife, on the cutting board because it dulls your knife. If you flip it over and scrape with the back side of your knife, you don't dull your knife. So you'll see me do things like I'll move something around with the tip of it, but always try, if you're going to actually like scrape the board, use the back of the knife, not your cutting edge, because you want to keep that cutting edge nice and sharp and straight. You don't want it curling under. So if I'm going to scooch this over, I'm going to use the back of my knife. If you see me do it this way, I won't touch the board. I'm just sort of moving the food. But you just want to be careful. Like if I do this, I'm just touching the food. I'm not scraping it on the board. So anyway, just something for some knife care to make your knives last a little longer too. For breakfast this week, I'm meal prepping one of my favorites, which is Hashwaffles. So I'm starting with these simply potatoes. You could also use real potatoes, of course, and just grate them. My only tip there is put them on paper towels to let some of the juice drain off, just to dry them out just a tiny bit. It'll turn out better. These are for 2/3 of a cup. It's 70 calories. I'm going to do 1 cup servings for each. And then to that, I'm just going to add 1 egg and some everything but the bagel seasoning. And we're just going to mix that all here in a bowl and fry it up as if it was a waffle on our waffle maker. And I've sprayed the waffle maker also with just some avocado oil just to keep it from sticking. So let's get that going. These are very frozen. I popped it in the microwave already to try and break it up a little bit. I get the feeling these were, kind of frozen and thawed. It was from grocery pickup and it came pretty deformed. So I think they had kind of thawed a little and refrozen in their freezer case, but it should be fine. So there is 85 grams and 2/3 of a cup. So it's going to be about 113 grams-ish that I'm looking for here. So we'll come as close as we can. 114, that's close, I'll take it. I'm actually going to pop this in the microwave so I can mix it with the egg. So if yours comes like this too, just warm it up a little, it's fine. Okay, so that's more what we want it to look like. So I'm going to pop an egg in here. And I don't measure this, but I don't know, I like that. And you could do whatever seasoning you like. You could do, some garlic salt and garlic pepper if that's what you have. Just salt and pepper if that's what you like. You could even put, I I've done this with the O'Brien potatoes. So it's the, you know, it has bell peppers and onions in it too. Delicious. So lots of ways to do these. So literally just gonna dump this on. And I just sort of move it around to try and, you know, get it a little bit even. And my potatoes are done. I actually forgot to tell you an important part because I forgot to do an important part, which is after you do the oil and the seasoning, go ahead and mix them so that they don't stick. Mine stuck. So I got them unstuck, but save yourself a little bit of headache and make sure you mix them in before you pop it in the oven, since I forgot to do that. Turns out fine either way, but okay. Yay, my first hash waffle is done. So all I do is I just take a fork and I just sort of lift one side and it should come right off just like a pancake, or just like a waffle, excuse me. And I'm just gonna set that on a plate to cool. And rinse and repeat. Pop this one on. While that is cooking, I'm gonna get started on my gravy. So I have this brown gravy mix and I'm just gonna follow package directions to mix this up. I think I'm gonna make, let's see, serving size is 1 tablespoon and I feel like that's kind of small. So I'm gonna make, I think I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. And so since I'm doing 6 meal preps, I'm gonna go ahead and just make 1 cup because that's gonna be just 3 tablespoons of mix and a cup of hot water. So I'm gonna go ahead and make up a full cup because I'd rather have a little bit too much than to come up short. So it's been about 6 minutes and that hash waffle looks good to me. See if it lists off okay. Yep, get my next one in. Okay, so I'm starting off with just about a half a cup of potatoes. This might be more than I can put in here. We'll see if I run out or not. So I'm doing just a little bit of shy of a half a cup in each. Okay, so it looks like I can do a full half cup in each. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more to each. Okay, on top of that, I have a can of corn. So I'm just gonna add about a 1/3 cup to the top of each. Okay, so I came up just a little bit shy on that one. So all I'm gonna do is come along and just steal some from these other ones and call it good. Next up is gonna be the chicken. So again, fillet it up if you're gonna do this with your knife. I'm just sort of dividing this up into 6 servings. And when I'm scooping these, be again very careful the sharp edge on that knife. You don't wanna hurt your knife trying to use it as a scooper either. And this is what that gravy looks like when it's prepared. So it's really, really dark and yummy. And I'm just gonna pour that all over and I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons each. Just because I don't want it to be dry, I want it to be delicious. Now all that's left is to add my vegetables. So this week I have this bags of broccoli florets. Does this look like a floret to you? That looks like a giant piece of broccoli. I'm gonna have to cut that. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Those are huge. Bag number 2. And my usual garlic salt on top. And we're almost done. The bag of hash browns only made me 5 hash waffles using, you know, the 113 grams. I need to go to the store anyway, so I'm just gonna make some more later in the week because this is one of my absolute favorite breakfasts. So I am not mad about it and I'm gonna enjoy these immensely. These are the lunch preps all done. So this is the copycat KFC bowl and, you know, some additional veg as I always do. Get those lidded up and again, I usually put 2 in the fridge and the rest in the freezer and then I just sort of pull them out and let them thaw the night before a little bit in the fridge. For the hash waffles, once these cool off, I'm just gonna put them in a Ziploc bag. Same thing, a couple in the fridge, the rest in the freezer. And then for our desserts, again, I don't think this will probably last much beyond tonight, but we have the angel food cake and all the fruit that can go on top of it. Again, I've got all these different berries that'll all go on top, so that will be very delicious. And this cake will last us all week, so I'll just, you know, do different toppings on top of that throughout the week. For snacks this week, I'm actually gonna keep repeating, and I apologize, I'm just really enjoying it. Having one of these mild guacamoles with some of these carrot chips. I get these at Walmart, so not every grocery store carries these. You can always do baby carrots, of course, but I like these. So I'm going to do that for my snacks again this week because I'm really enjoying it. It's filling it. It's getting me that crunch and, you know, some fat from the guacamole. So it's sticking with me. So I'm really enjoying that. So I'm just going to keep doing it. So that is this week's meal prep. I hope you enjoyed that meal prep. I told you I have a little bit of news for you and I was excited. I am back in Wonderland. Yay! So it's taken a very long time, but I'm finally back under the 200 mark. So I haven't been there in about 3 years. So that was exciting for me. I was going to do progress pictures and measurements and things. And then I realized we're actually right about the halfway mark of the year. So I'll do that either next week or the week after. I'll do it right around the week 26 mark. So either going into week 26 or just coming out of week 26, I'll do one. So that'll be coming soon. Thank you so much for following along my journey with me. And hopefully, you know, I still have a ways to go until I get to my goal, you know, so there's still a lot more hurdles to go, but that was my first kind of big hurdle. So that was exciting. So yay. Hopefully you're seeing progress too. Be sure and leave in the comments below how you're doing. You know, if you're on a weight loss journey too, I'd love to hear how it's going for you. But anyway, that is all I have for you this week. So be sure and like this video if you enjoyed these recipes. If you haven't already, please do click subscribe and click that bell for notifications so you're notified each and every Saturday when I upload. I wish you a wonderfully successful week and we will see you next time. Bye guys. You know, they're I'm going to be doing so close. So close. Someone's at my door. My dog is barking and no one else is getting it. I'm tired.